Hello besties, my name is Savannah. Welcome to or back to my channel. For the rest of my day today, I just plan on doing fun, cozy, bookish activities. So obviously I have to bring my book besties along with me. First thing that I want to do today is work on my reading journal. I don't think I've put any books that I read in the month of October into my reading journal yet, so we have a lot to catch up on. So I think I'll make a little coffee, light a little candle, and just have some cozy crafting time. Let's go do it. Okay, so I'm currently reading two books. The first book I'm reading is on my Kindle, Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. Absolutely loving this book. Definitely need some time and a little bit to just sit down with my Kindle and binge some of it. Washing machine is done. Anyways, the other book that I'm currently reading is on audio because I always need an audiobook going. I'm currently listening to My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. I'm not quite sure how to say her last name, but I got this audiobook from the library on Libby and literally started it this morning while I was cleaning the apartment and taking that one on a walk, and I'm already 75% through with it, so maybe I'll try and finish this audiobook while I work on my reading journal. I filled everything in on my other pages, so now it's time to make my October pages. I forgot that I glued this cute little pumpkin paper in. I don't remember when I did that, but I'm kind of thinking I'll do something like this. You'll see the time lapse and see how it turns out. Okay, we're all caught up in the reading journal. I love how my little October spread turned out. The only thing I've changed since I last showed it to you is that I added my little star ratings for all the books I read. I'm also just obsessed with these Halloween Hello Kitty stickers that I got this year. Anyways, while I finished my reading journal, I also finished My Year of Rest and Relaxation. So now I thought it would be the perfect time to have a little bit of a book chat because that book definitely left me a little bit shook. You know, a book leaves me a little bit shook when I have to explain the entire plot to my boyfriend right after I finish it and read him the last paragraph of the book word for word. I'm gonna be non-spoilery with how I talk about this book. If you've read it, you know that the ending really hits. At first I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but then I sat with it and I was like, I feel like the main character is kind of learning that it's beautiful to be awake. But anyways, let's rewind. If you don't know the plot of this book, basically we're following our main character. I just realized we never find out her name. Okay, we have our unnamed main character who is very privileged but has also suffered a lot of trauma. Both of her parents have passed away and she is experiencing some extreme depression. The juxtaposition of how privileged, naturally beautiful she is and the fact that she is extremely depressed is a big theme throughout the entire book. She is living in New York City in the 2000s. With the help of a horrible, horrible psychiatrist, she decides that she is going to spend the next year essentially just sleeping in hopes that she'll wake up next year better equipped to tackle life. So yeah, it's a very character-driven story, I would guess. What I already explained is the plot, like that's it. He's a very unlikable main character, which I think is a lot of people's critiques for the book, but I kind of have the belief that you don't have to like want to be like the main character of a book in order to enjoy the story. I'm really glad I read this. It was definitely bizarre, but who hasn't thought about how nice it might be to just sleep for a prolonged period of time and wake up with everything feeling better? Anyways, a very unique read. I'm not sure what I'm going to rate it yet, but it's low-key one that I want to own to have on my bookshelves in my book collection. So I'm thinking we might need to take a little trip to Barnes & Noble later tonight and pick that one up. There's a couple other books that I want to get as well. Guys, if you heard me say I wasn't buying any more books for the rest of the year, just forget about that because I didn't know what I was saying. I think I'm gonna sit down with my current Kindle read now for a little bit. I'm reading Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. It's the second book in the Shepherd King duology, the first one being One Dark Window. So many people for so long told me I needed to read that book, and they were right. It's an incredible duology so far. I'm only 25%, I think, into the second book, and I love it so much. We're getting perspectives of a couple other characters in this second book, in addition to the perspectives we had in the first book, and I am loving this other storyline, eating it up. Let's go do a little bit of reading, and then I think in a little bit we might take a late night Barnes trip. Hi guys, I'm in the car now because we're about to go on our little evening adventure. I have to go get gas in my car for the week. And I probably should go get a couple of groceries for the week as well. But as you guys know, I'm going to reward myself for being an adult by going to Barnes & Noble. There are 3 books that I'd love to get at Barnes. The first one is My Year of Rest and Relaxation, as you guys already know. The second one is called Go as a River. I don't remember the author of that one, but I've seen multiple people recently say it's one of their favorite books. I think it's an emotional historical fiction book. The last book that I'd like to get is, what's it called? Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. Guys, I'm in the mood to read something Christmassy, and this one just came out. I know people love her Love Light Farms series, I think it's called. I never read that series, but I saw Good Spirits, I don't know, I saw it somewhere and it looked so good. I don't even know what it's about. All I know is that it's a Christmas romance, and I'd love to add it to my TBR. Let's go run our errands and then go to Barnes. I'm back from all of my errands. As you guys saw, I had such a successful trip to Barnes. I found all 3 books I was looking for, and I found them really quickly too. We have My Year of Rest and Relaxation. I actually love the spine of this book. I feel like it's gonna look really nice on my shelf, just the bright pink. It really pops. We have Go as a River by Shelley Reed. Since I didn't know much about this book before picking it up, I figured I could read you guys the little blurb on the back. 17-year-old Victoria Nash runs the household on her family's peach farm in the ranch town of Iola, Colorado. Wilson Moon is a young drifter displaced from his tribal land and determined to live as he chooses. Their meeting on a street corner ignites both passion and danger and profoundly alters the course of both of their lives. Shelley Reed's debut novel is a story of love deeply held even in the face of hardship and loss, of finding courage, resilience, and finally home, where least expected. I feel like this is going to make me cry. And then because I have range as a reader, Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. This is another book that I just want on my shelves. I love the cover, even though it's kind of cringe, and I love these sprayed edges. They're so Christmassy. Now I'm gonna need you guys to stay with me here, because when I read the back of this one in Barnes & Noble, I was like, huh, Still gonna get it though. Just listen to this. Most of Christmas past, Nolan Callahan intends to spend this holiday haunting like every other. Get in, get out, return to his otherwise aimless existence as a ghost awaiting the afterlife. But when he's faced with Harriet York, the sweetest assignment he's ever had, he suddenly finds himself wishing for a future. Harriet York has no idea why she's being haunted. She's a good person, or at least she tries to be. A people pleaser to her core, she always does what's expected of her, but as she and Nolan begin to examine her past, they discover there are threads that bind them together and realize there might be more to moving on than expected. There's a little bit more, but that sounds silly and fun and Christmassy. Anyways, as you guys can probably tell, I'm now in my jammies. I'm gonna go do my skincare, then lay down and get cozy for the rest of the night and continue reading Two Twisted Crowns on my Kindle. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. Thanks so much for coming along with me as I did all the fun bookish things, and I will see you next week. Bye!